Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how can we use pagination with sorting mechanism while we are basically fetching data from database. So as you know, in my last tutorial I've explained how we are going to use JPQL with different situation scenarios, like how we are going to use some operators, how we are going to use in like, how we are going to use group by clause, order by, and join multiple tables. So those kind of things we have we have seen, I have explained how we are going to use those things. So in this tutorial I am going to explain how you are going to use the pagination with sorting and only paginations. So before going to the pagination discussion about this, so let's understand why we need pagination. So suppose if we talked about one situation or one scenarios, so let's talk about one, like there is one product table or maybe some other tables also, order tables or maybe transaction tables. So transaction tables or product tables having a millions of record in a real enterprise application. So suppose if we are trying to load the product details in a one time, we have like select star from this product table, so it will actually give us all the huge results, right? Millions of record in a one shot. So if we are trying to load all the records into the memory, so it will overflow the memory, right? And we are getting the out of memory in this scenario. And maybe applications, if the application is running into the production, then it will suddenly stop working. So this is not a good idea to load all the data into the memory in a single time. So how we are going to solve these situations? So here basically the pagination is coming. So pagination query results, if we are going to implement this one, so here basically it will give us the result in a limited. Suppose in a SQL, if you remember, there is a, in Oracle there is a, using the row num we can limited, or maybe fetch limit, there is a one clause that using that also you can limit the result of fetch of the results, or maybe in a limit there is one keyword, based on that also we can limit it, like how many record we are going to fetch at a single time, like select star from transaction table or select star from product table and limit 10 or limit 50, or maybe where row num less than 10 or row num less than 50, something like that. So this kind of limitations of record in a single time, that we are going to restrict using the pagination. So now we can I will show you like how we are going to using the this paginations or sorting. So for that, for implementing this one, I'm going to create another repository. So for example, we are going to create another interface like pagination repository, for example. Okay, pagination repository. Okay, now what you will do, it will basically implements, it will extends actually. Okay, there is one interface which is called the paging and sorting repository. Okay, this implementation we are going to do. Here basically we are going to use this products like entity and the ID primary key of this product table. So primary key of this product table is long. Okay, so that basically we need to implement over here. After that we are going to use the query over here. So this is the one of the approach. Another approach, like in this product repository we are going to use this JPA repository, that also we can use. Why we can use? If you see in the detail of this JPA repository, it is also like extend this list paging sorting repository. Okay, and this class, this interface basically extend this paging and sorting repository. That means internally JPA repository also use this paging and like this one, paging and sorting repository. So if you are guys also use the JPA repository, that is also fine. With this also you can use the paging. Now once we are created this interface, then we need to write the implementation like fetching of the data from over here. So for that, what we can do over here, we need to write the method over here in this repository, right? let's create one method over here for fetching the data. Like we need to, for example, find all pageable. Okay, so we don't need this override, we don't need default, we also don't need this one. Okay, so as you can see, there basically it's taking one pageable request over here, and this is also yeah, it's like we can use the page request object to use this one, like calling this particular method. And if you notice over here, actually instead of returning the list of product, it's returning a page. Okay, this type is right to use the paging result. And so this particular, that means repository creation is done. Now what we will do, we will basically call this particular method from the service layer. Okay, so already we are having a service layer over here. Now from where, actually here, uh, or maybe we can create another find all method, like here, find all with pagination. Okay, now here we are going to use find all. Now here basically we need to pass the pagination object. So for that we need to create two object, like pageable pageable okay, equal to new page request. Sorry, it's not a object, basically it's a then here basically it's having a off. So here basically you can see it's take two a parameter. One is the page and then another is the size, like in which page basically we need to fetch the data, like 0 page or 1 page or 2 page, and how many data we need to fetch. So let's say from 0 page we need to fetch like 2 records. Okay, in the next basically we need to pass this pageable here, and it will return, instead of this one, instead of list, it will return this page of products. Okay, so here basically we have created this one with pageable object, and in this here basically we have created one request pageable. And as you know, this pageable as a parameter we have passed over there. So pageable basically helps when query pages and grouping the number of records on the pages. So after this basically from the controller we need to use this one so that we can check. So for that, from controller, like in the find all basically, so instead of this, let me use this one, find all with pagination, so that it will give us, instead of this maybe we can use this question mark, so that it will take this one. Okay, so next we need to start this one, right? So let's start this one, and as a backend we are using the MySQL. It will take some time, not too much. It started already. Okay, okay, after that from the postman we will run this one, find all. So let me run this one, so it should work. Okay, we are not getting data. Okay, we're getting data, but why the response coming as something like, yeah, now here basically we are getting the response something like this. So like in the content basically we are getting this, as you can see here we are getting the two records 1 and 2. Why we are getting the two records? Because here as you can see, in the service layer, whenever we created this request, pageable request, so here we need two records, right? So that's why if you see in the product table here we are basically four records, but now we are getting the, like as we have provided only two records we need from the zero page, so that's why it's return as the only two records. And here basically it's give us like this sorting, it's unsorted, then offset kind of thing. So it's give us the more information over here, right? Total elements it's 4, total pages is 2. So this information is already like giving, even it is giving give us the more detail. So we can also customize this response. If it is not okay, then what do we need to do? We need to like create our customized response, and then accordingly we can return this one. So how we are going to do this, let's see. So here basically maybe in the service layer also we can do, or maybe from the controller also you can do. So better to do the customizations over here instead of in the controller part. But for the like demonstrating purpose I am just doing over here all the changes. So how we are going to do this one, like first of all, like we need to assign with like with this page, okay, something like repository, so it's a page of products, so assign it with this product. Okay, next we need to like convert this to response to, like we need to get those details, and we need to assign it with into map. So for that we need to create one map, like it will be a one string, and then another one is like object. Okay, like response equal to new hash map. Okay, response dot put, here basically we need to put like products, and here from response we need to get the content. Prods, not the response, prods dot get content, get content. Next in the response we can put, what we can put over here, like the current page. So for example the here like we can say current page, and here from this response dot get number, get number. Okay, next basically what you can say, the total items. Okay, here basically you can see the total items. Okay, total elements, so we can say the total items, total items, and it will be a total elements, get total elements. Okay, next we can say total pages, total pages, and here we can say total pages, get total pages. Okay, now in the body basically instead of this we need to pass this response, so that it will give us different response. Okay, it will started soon, started. Now let's recall this service. Okay, now you can see in a products that we have assigned, we are getting the details. Total items is 4, current page is 0, total page is 2. Okay, now suppose instead of uh, like page number, instead of 0 if we give 1, so what it will give us? Let's check this one. Okay, as you can see, it will give us a 3 4. Okay, previously it will give us 1 and 2. So in this way basically it is working. Like as you can see, we are like getting the paginations kind of thing. So those kind of basically request that in a we can pass in the path param or maybe as a request param. Okay, so those detail we can pass, and then it will accordingly it will give us the data. So here basically also you can do one thing like 0 and then number of, like for example if you are giving the 4. Okay, so it will give us all the record in a single sort. Or if we are giving the 10, because we don't have the 10 records over here, only 4 records we are having. So let's see what it will give us. It will give us all the records in a single sort. Okay, so let's run this one. As you can see, 1 2 3 4, all the records actually basically it will give us. Okay, so in this way basically it is working. Now suppose so this is basically paginations working in this way. Now paginations also support the sorting. Okay, this is also like one of the feature of it. So either like we can directly use the sort, like here something like suppose if we're having this one queries, so here basically we can directly use, instead of this we can directly use sort. Sort data domain. So either we can use the sort something like this over here, and then like either we can pass this sorting from over here, like from the service, for example something like here. So how we are going to call this one? So for example something like we need to create another method over here with sorting. So this is one of the approach. Or and then here basically we need to create one sort object, srt is equal to, based on the scenarios like sort dot by, and here basically we need to provide the like field name like description or name or price. Okay, so here basically we need to provide this one, and then particular this object we need to pass as a parameter over here, something like this, so that it will apply the sorting one, and instead of this we need to, it will be a list of product. Another approach is like here basically in the page request also support. If we go over here in the page request, so as you can see it's having a page and then size and then sort object. So this is also support this one, that means page request also supported sort parameter. So same thing, like we can create the like parameter over here, and then we need to pass this sorting object here. Okay, and here basically we can either say like it's a ascending or descending. So for example if we say it's a descending, then just saved it, and then let's see what is happening. Now after that if we try to run this one, now you can see the order is like A mobile, B mobile, and we have set the order as descending. So now you can see the D, then C, then B, then A. So that means it's a descending order, right? Now suppose instead of this descending, if we say it's a ascending, so we can also provide the ascending. So accordingly based on the order, then it will also give us the data in ascending order, something like this. Okay, this, so it's working. Okay, next also like we can provide multiple order also. So how we are going to like do this one multiple order? So something like here basically like this is the one, then here using the AND. So here basically after the AND we can provide the another sort, and this basically for example like sort dot by, and here basically again we can provide like description for example this field. So that means description. Okay, so that means multiple fields also you can provide like something like this. Okay, okay, and again hereby we can provide like descending or ascending, whatever it is. So this is also like we can provide the multiple like sorting order here over here, as we are doing for this same SQL also. So let's try to run this one. Okay, as you can see, first it will order based on the this, and then it will order by the based on the description. So this is the way basically this is working. Also like we can take this kind of things also input basically from the request also. So for that what we need to do, we need to like based from the controller here, basically whenever this find all is coming here, basically we need to like take those things as a input, so that like we can we can get those things from uh, from the input, and then accordingly we can create our request, and then we can pass it to the further. So there is a nothing like only what we need to do, only just request param, and then particular things we need to like pass over here as a two parameter instead of hard coded those things as a over here. So in this way basically as you can see, these are very easy and very interesting things, like instead of loading all the data at a time into the memory so that it will overflow the memory or something, so instead of that we can load the data in a chunk or maybe in a pagination kind of thing, like 10 records for each time. So based on that we can easily like it will give us all the data, based on that it will give us in a simultaneous order. If you see, if you like noticed in a real applications like any e-commerce mobile app or e-commerce website, whenever you are scrolling down, so at a time it will not load all the product details into your screen. Whenever you are like scrolling up, then below actually you will see some kind of the progress bar, something like the loading or it's processing. Then after certain time it will load again next slot of data. Again if you scroll up, then again basically it will load next slot of data, something like that. So that means in for each scrolling up, say there is some limitation like maybe 10 or 20 or 30 this product at a time it will load, and then in the next slot it will again continue the same process, so that it will not load all the things into your memory, so that it will not down the applications. Instead of it will process faster if we get the data into a chunks manner, right? Means limited manner, 10, 20 or 30, so that it will not load into your application side. So in this way we can also improve our application performance, and it will also we can load the less keeping data less into the memory, so that it will perform better. Okay, in this way we can optimize those things. So this is the one of the approach for using the paging and sorting in a JPQL. So this is the one of the approach. If you guys have any query regarding this paginations, like how you're going to use the paginations and sorting kind of thing, please do let me know in the comment sections. I will try to like cover those things in my next tutorial. That's all for this pagination with sorting, how it is working using JPQL. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.